Also, you're not very active on social media, and it seems also like with the dark side, there's also a very old school romantic under that surface. I mean, you're quiet about your relationships, you don't like to talk about them, and you're not very active on social media, you're not putting yourself out there, and yet people are like, the fans are running after you. You put up a picture and you put one word and there's like this outpour of love, and
Yeah,
you take time out to actually respond and talk to them. So there is old school romantic down there, right?
yeah, yeah, I'll admit it, yes. But along with that, I think, and I've said this on numerous occasions, that I think as an actor, I don't want social media to confuse me. I think my role in the industry, my role in the work I do, is limited on the set. Is limited to me reading the script. Is limited to people seeing that end result. I think maybe that old school thing you talk about is that I appreciate my fans. I love my fans, and I want them to know as much about me as I think is appropriate. But I want them to relate to that character. I don't want people to see Jameel 1 second and then me posting about the coffee that I'm drinking. That kind of it breaks
Tempo.
that tempo, and that again I bring up this thing called the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
When one moment you're in 1940s, India, Pakistan, you're in that world, and all of a sudden you're seeing the same guy, posting about whatever it might be. I don't want
Yeah.
to take my audience out of that. I
Yeah.
think that's unfair to them.
Yeah.
Along with that, I think, and I might be wrong, a lot of people like social media, and I
Yeah.
think it's great. It's a great way for people to connect to their fans, which maybe didn't exist before. So I try as much as I can to respond, talk to them, post a picture when I can. It's just that I'm not
Once a month,
once
maybe
a month.
twice.
It's just that I'm not sitting there going, somebody take a picture of me. I have to post just because I feel that this is my time right now.
And you also believe in retaining that mystique, right? That little element of there's also distance between your viewers and your fans and yourself.
I don't think in that sense, yes. If it's pictures and posting and tweeting things like that, there is a bit of distance I keep. But when I interact with my fans, I'm not. This is who I am. I'm not
Absolutely.
trying to do anything else.
Absolutely.
I think I'm not.
And we saw a really dark side of social media when Coke Studio happened.
Yeah.
Right? And so tell me about that. I mean, did it affect you in any way, or were you like, no, let's just not read all the critique and just let's put it past us?
No, I think I couldn't ignore it. That was the thing,
Yeah.
because it was kind of all over the place. So I couldn't ignore the fact that that people liked or didn't like the song.
They were very vocal about it.
Very vocal about it, which I was kind of happy about. Like, look, I felt that, hey, people came together to, whether it was to bash something or whatever it was. I just felt that, personally, I felt that at the end of the day, it was just a song. That was my kind of opinion
Yeah.
on it. And whether people liked it, didn't like it, that's fair. Everybody.
And you've
not
done
everybody has to
musicals
like
on
it.
stage,
Yeah, on stage.
so
yeah.
you do sing.
Well, sure.
But I always get this thought that would people have reacted the same way if you had done Coco Karina with Sajjal?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know what would have happened.
What would have happened? So we were talking about your different personas and who you really are, and are you the dark brooding hero or are you the romantic hero, or who really are you? But one thing is for certain, you really are Mama's boy, right?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not.
I think I'm very close with my mother, and no matter what anybody says, she is my number one fan, and she's been my number one fan since day one. The same way that she, spreads the message of me doing this serial or doing this film or winning this award or whatever it is. She does exactly when I was in high school and doing small little theater productions. She is exact the same. Nothing's changed. Just as much effort. Just as proud as me winning Hum or Lux, to me being 15 years old and just doing a small production on
Yeah.
stage. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So I'm very close with my mother, and I think everyone should be. They should appreciate their mothers. I think
Absolutely.
sometimes what happens is as we grow up, we want to be more mature, we want to be cool, we want to whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, you are nothing without the people who have been there since the beginning.
Absolutely.
My father included. These guys have always supported me in everything I've ever done. Even making the shift to Pakistan.
Yeah.
And even before, when I was in Canada, my mom lived quite a bit of time without me. And that's a very difficult thing for a mother.
It is.
So I think, she, regardless, supported me. I said, I'm going to Pakistan. She said, go. Go. Just do what you have to do.
Yeah. And your dad, I mean, those were big shoes to fill in, right?
I'm still trying to fill them.
What was that one moment when you felt that, okay, you had achieved his respect as an actor and he was happy with your decision to get into acting professionally? And, was there like a turning point where it was like, okay, now I've made my dad proud?
I think my dad's always been proud. I think he's always...
That's super.
He's always been happy with the decisions I've made professionally. I wouldn't... Maybe not personally. I've been a little stupid sometimes.
We'd like to talk about that as well, but...
Oh, we'll get there eventually. But no, he's always supported me, and he's the one, when I was in school and I told him, I just gave him a call and I said, Baba, I'm switching to drama. I'm business nahi karna. All he said was, okay, great. It was almost like he was waiting for me to say that. It wasn't even like, kya matlab, tumne ek saal to laga diya. It was like, his okay was like, finally. Because that's all I knew how to do. It's all that kind of made sense to me. It's the only thing that woke me up in the morning, ki rehearsal pe jana hai, ye shoot karna hai, ye karna hai. I obsess over it. And that's one of the reasons I can do more than one drama. I don't understand how some people do it. Hats off to them. That's excellent.
And that one time when you were doing Parwaaz-e-Junoon and Yaqeen Ka Safar
and
Sammi together.
Yeah, which was, it was very brief. It was like a week of that. But I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to myself. I don't think it's fair to my viewer. And it's not fair to the team at every respective set. Because I'm coming from one mindset and trying to enter something else. I just think that when I'm trying to be somebody else, that's a hard job altogether. So if I can't commit to it 100%, why am I doing it? So for me, it's like one at a time.
I think that's what makes you who you are. And that's great. And I wish more people were like that, because there is this hunger to do more and to do more at the same time.
Well, I think it's also the fear to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I think we become scared of that. I've only been, this is my second year in this line of work. I'm very lucky to be where I am, but I don't think I have that fear, because I think for me what comes first is the love for the work.
Yeah.
And the love for good work, for commitment, Yeah.
So tell me, what do we look forward to in 2019? I mean, fans here in Pakistan are not going to get to watch Hamlet unless it's recorded. Will it be?
I'm trying to find a way.
Okay.
I think it's not fair for them not to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm trying to find a way to maybe shoot the production professionally, and then find a way to maybe for people to stream it online. Or maybe if I can, I don't know. I'm working on something, because I feel like that's going to be a very unique experience for Pakistani audiences, not just Pakistani audiences. I think people across the globe, even overseas Pakistanis, to go, hey, there's a Pakistani playing Hamlet, and I think even people here seeing it, they're gonna see somebody that they have seen in one light in a completely different one. I mean, you see me speaking Urdu and being all this and that, but now you're gonna see me wielding a sword and having a sword fight, full speed, speaking English, Shakespeare. There's all this. I want to find a way to do it. I don't know how I will.
And with a British accent?
No British accent, nothing like that.
That.
And again, I bring up the question, not the question, the statement that I always say, which is the suspension of disbelief. Where in theater, it's not hyper-realism. It's whatever you want it to be.
Absolutely.
Somebody playing my father on stage could be black. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. There's been times where there's one character who is usually played by a man, we're turning it into a woman.
Right.
Because in theater, you can explore that. There's no rules.
Do you feel there needs to be more exploration on television as well?
I think,
are you happy with the way plays are being done here, the stories?
Well, I'd be working more if I was, I think. It's not that I say that I'm selective. It's just that if I don't believe in the story, then I don't think there's a point in doing it. I think we realized that we were good at something, and we got stuck in that. And I also have a huge belief that I think the young filmmakers, the young directors, writers, actors need to start pushing themselves to take a bit of control, to liberate us from the way things have been going, the way things have been looking. I think that's the future.